right. All right. Good morning. Welcome to Kunzang Pale Choling, and hello to anyone online. We are going to begin today to remembering our motivation for doing this practice together, for being here to do meditation, and really generating that intention of compassion, of being of benefit to all beings. So this bodhicitta intention. So whenever we begin any activity, like meditation or listening to a Dharma teaching or doing a group practice, we always want to begin with our proper motivation because that determines the direction of our actions. So let's take a moment now to develop that compassionate intention in our minds before we begin. All right. So we're going to begin by doing some opening prayers. So we'll do the 3 7-line prayer. We'll do it 3 times. The 7-line prayer 3 times. I'm going to put it up on the screen now. Organ yogi nu chamsam Pemage sardom pola Yasan shogi nun drumne Pema jung ne she sudrak Koryu kandrom mampokor Keki je sudak drupki Chinjilob shir shek su sol Guru Pema Siddhi Hum Organ Yogi Nucham Sam Pema Ge Sardum Pola Yasan Shogi Nundrumne Pema Jungne Shesudra Koru Kandrom Mampokor Keki Je Sudak Drupki Chinjilob Shir Shek Su Sol Guru Pema Siddhi Hum Organ Yogi Nucham Sam Pema Ge Sardam Pola Yasan Chogi Nondrumne Pema Jungne Shesudrak Koru Kandrom Mampokor Keki Je Sudak Drupki Chinjilob Shir Shek Su Sol Guru Pema Siddhi Hum. All right. So we are going to be doing meditation today. It's called Shamatha meditation. And it's taught by Jetsama in her book, Stabilizing the Mind, which I brought today. And I think I'm just going to, as the weeks go on, just pull, quotes and more information and techniques from the book. Although everything we talk about today is from Stabilizing the Mind. And we're doing a single-pointed concentration meditation to stabilize the mind. So as we go over every week, we talk about what is meditation. Meditation is the natural state of mind when it's relaxed, stable, and open. Meditation trains our mind to be calm and relaxed, yet wakeful and alert. And the whole point of meditation is to create more spaciousness in our mind. So we can think of how busy our lives might get, how many things we might have to do, how many people we might have to care for in our life, or things we have to tend to. We think of all the things we're tending to all the time, and we're tending to our own health and other people's health. But how are we tending to our mind? How are we giving our mind true rest? And how are we developing stability in our mind? And we maybe have never even thought of this concept of creating more spaciousness and stability in our mind. But we can think of the huge benefit of that. Just being able to approach life, approach others with a calm, relaxed, and spacious mind. If we all had a calm, relaxed, and spacious mind, what would our world look like? What would our relationships, our life, our families, our community, our country, our world look like? And so it's so important to give ourselves that rest and creating that habit of spaciousness in our mind. And it's very important in Buddhism to create that spaciousness because it's the first step in developing bodhicitta, which I mentioned that word earlier. It's the compassionate wish to free all beings from suffering. So one thing I thought too here, let's see if I can pull it up. Oh, I just had it. Okay, I'll pull it up for next time. I just closed my page. But something in the book that Jetsama said was, we have the habit of being entranced by our own lives. And so this meditation is a moment that we can break through. We can cut the noise. We can just have a moment to break the kind of neurotic cycle that our lives can be in, and break that that feeling of being entranced or kind of out of control, not in control of our lives and of our mind. So we're going to take a comfortable seat. So I'm sitting on the floor, but if you are sitting in a chair at home, if you're sitting in a chair, that's totally fine. We just want to have a straight spine. So that's really the most important, is having a straight spine. We can really practice our posture here. A lifted, straight spine. We're not overly lifted. It's still very relaxed. And our hands are either on our thighs, if that's more comfortable in a seated position, or in our lap like this, with the right hand over left. That's more of a traditional position. And in our lap, and then our elbows back and our shoulders are back. And our gaze, our eyes are going to stay open, but in a relaxed way. We're gazing down towards the floor, like we're drawing a line from the bridge of our nose extending out to the floor and picking a point on that line to rest our gaze. So it's a very relaxed gaze, and our mouth is slightly open, and we do this by having the tip of our tongue in the back of our teeth, almost like we're making an L sound. And then that allows some of that breath to come through the mouth as well. And we're breathing naturally. And it might take a few deep breaths to get to that natural rhythm of our breath. So again, if you need to take a few deep breaths to get there, please do that. And our attention is going to be on that breath. And it's a very light attention, a very gossamer thin attention on the breath. Your attention is like a feather gently riding the surface of your breath. And your mind is going to want to wander in a million directions, but you're going to keep bringing it back to the breath. Again and again, bringing it to the breath. If you have really intrusive thoughts or just If your mind is feeling very busy today, you can imagine cutting the thought or picking up the thought and tossing it away. Anything that's helpful to you in that way. And so again, we're just returning to the breath. Whatever comes up, whether it's an internal distraction in our mind or an external distraction in the room or a sound we hear, just bring our attention back to our breath again and again. So if a thought arises like a bubble rising to the surface of the pond, we let it pop. We let it go. Our meditation isn't lost by having thoughts. So don't have to punish ourselves by having a thought. It's just our meditation is lost when we go down the road with that thought, when we inspect it, when we look at it, when we judge it, when we let it multiply into other thoughts. So this is really a practice in just dropping it, letting it go, returning to the breath. So we're going to do a few sessions like we always do. We will start with 5 minutes together. And again, you can do any time. I'm just pulling up my timer here. You can do any amount of time if you're beginning. You can start, with 30 seconds, a minute. If you are a more seasoned meditator, you can do a longer session, and you'll start to feel that over time. You'll start to feel the stability of your mind strengthen, that spaciousness open up even more, and you'll be able to hold your concentration for longer amounts of time. So we'll start with 5 minutes. I'm just going to start this timer. Here we go. If you want to stretch or grab some water, we'll do another session. And we're just going to increase our time. And then we'll do a third session that's a little bit shorter. But if you feel like meditating all the way through, that's fine too. So you don't have to stop and rest if you don't want it or need it. So let's start now. And again, just remembering that whatever thoughts we have, that we just drop them, let them go, and return to the breath. And really do your best not to be so attached to the outcome of every time you meditate. So your meditation, even today in these 3 sessions, might look totally different. You might feel very calm in one and distracted in another. So it's not about the feeling we're getting from meditation. It's really about creating the habit of spaciousness. So, you know, the point of meditation is not to feel blissed out and, oh, I feel so nice. I'm so doing so well at this, I'm doing so good. All these feelings we might get when we have a nice meditation session. But that's not the point. Really, the point is to create that spaciousness in our mind, create that stability and foundation of our mind, that well in our mind that we can return to again and again. On the other hand, too, the point is not to punish ourselves if we don't feel like we did a good meditation, um, or that somehow, oh no, I'm so distracted, or oh, I'm so horrible at meditation. Will I ever get better at meditation? That's not the point either. So, um, you know, we're trying our best not to get caught in the extremes of our response to our emotions around our meditation practice. So again, we can drop all those thoughts and return to the breath and return to our meditation practice, and again and again. It's really about showing up and being consistent with this practice. So let's increase our time. We'll start the timer now. So we'll finish with a shorter session. Again, building upon that spaciousness in our mind, stability in our mind. And again, you can do this throughout the week and slowly building your time and the increments that you do it. So again, you can start where you are. If you're brand new, you can start with a few minutes, a minute or 2 minutes, and then slowly increase your time. We also have a bunch of resources online. At our YouTube page, Kunzang Pale Choling YouTube page, we have a meditation playlist with teachings and techniques and different types of meditation. So you can always go there to find some more resources. So we will do, let's see, just short 3 more minutes together. All right, starting now. All right. Now we are going to seal in the blessing, the virtue, the merit that we created together here today. And we'll do that by doing some closing dedication prayers. I'll put up on the screen now. There we go. Throughout my many lives and until this moment, whatever virtue I've accomplished, including the merit generated by this practice and all that I'll ever attain, this I offer for the welfare of sentient beings. May sickness, war, famine, and suffering be decreased for every being. whether wisdom and compassion increase in this and every future life. May it clearly perceive all experiences to be as insubstantial as the dream fabric of the night, and instantly awaken to perceive the pure wisdom display in the arising of every phenomenon. May it quickly attain enlightenment in order to work ceaselessly for the liberation of all sentient beings. Buddhas and Bodhisattvas altogether, whatever kind of motivation you have, whatever kind of beneficial action, whatever kind of wishing prayers, whatever kind of omniscience, whatever kind of life accomplishment, whatever kind of benevolent power, and whatever kind of immense wisdom you have, similarly I, who come in the same way to benefit beings, pray to attain these qualities. By this effort, may all sentient beings be free of suffering. May their minds be filled with the nectar of virtue. In this way, may all causes resulting in suffering be extinguished, and only the light of compassion shine throughout all realms. So thank you so much for joining us today. And thank you for everyone joining online. We do this every Saturday and Sunday at 10 a.m. Eastern Time. So please come back next week as well, and we will be here. And thank you so much.